Africa, a hidden gem of the ancient world. The birthplace of human life, Africa was and remains to be undervalued as a whole. Africa, aside from being rich in diverse and wildlife, Africa housed immense amounts of wealth as well as culture, and was very vital to the Silk Road and many other civilizations. With an interesting political scheme revolving around family and kinship, it is no surprise that Africa would seem foreign or mysterious to the rest of the world. Africa provided the world with valuable trading goods never before seen, such as ivory, bananas, salt, and much more.
Stemming from earlier Bantu-based societies, several successful kingdoms and empires came out of Northwest and East Africa alike. In Bantu-based societies, eldest men in small villages would be on a council, and the most prominent one would become village chief. In the case of conflict between two or more villages, chiefs would get together and evaluate this issue. This connected thousands of people through this type of government. This direct form of government would start to evaporate as people started moving to large urban cities along rivers. However, the sense of family and connectedness did not. Communication between these cities was made possible with the use of camels.
Camels were much more effective than horses, and they accelerated the pace Africa was progressing. This, coupled with the introduction and development of bananas in Africa, led to a new migration surge and a growth in population. By year 1000 CE, the population of Africa had passed 22 million. Early cultivation and herding during the earlier centuries reached the southernmost point of Africa in what is today South Africa. The main principle of the Bantu people and other large migrations was to spread agriculture and herding to almost all parts of Africa, excluding desert and dense rainforests.
Agriculture and herding were key components to the wealth of Africa, trade, and the migrations that were going on. Iron metallurgy, after 500 BCE, cleared much more land, which led to opportunities for agriculture to grow greatly. This improved the agriculture in Africa and was very influential in the development of the large empires that arose in the area. In northern Africa arose the Mali Empire, founded by Sundiata in 1230. Sundiata led a very prosperous empire, with the prosperity extending past his own region and eventually to the reign of his great-grandnephew, Mansa Musa.
Mansa Musa was extremely rich, and he is most famously known for his Hajj, or trip to Holy Mecca. On and along his trip, with his huge, wealthy caravan, he brought with him many locals from the Islamic Empire. This inspired a kind of sense that his homeland of Africa was a place of riches and wonders. Also, on his trip, he left scholars to study with the best of the Islamic world. Schools were formed along the route of this trip, and he grew the religion to Islam immensely. Islam was obviously already introduced to Africa before his pilgrimage, through trade and such. But it was after his Hajj that it took off and exploded, with grand mosques being built and widespread conversation of the religion.
Africa contained many of the vital components that contributed to the Silk Road and had many organized societies. It introduced many things that shook up the Silk Road and trading forever. It evolved greatly over time into the true powerhouse of trade and culture. The people were very oriented and had a great connection to nature and one another. Africa was a very complete continent and remains to be the hidden gem of the ancient world.